There is a fundamental error in the blood, in the biology of young guys in the modern generation, you and I included, and it's the reason why we're unable to achieve our goals, be consistent, stay disciplined, and have motivation for the things that we truly, truly desire. What I like to call the modern man's curse. It is simply low testosterone levels. And this has occurred because nowadays everything we desire is not behind a wall of discomfort, it's not behind some kind of challenge or barrier, it's merely accessible at our fingertips. If you want love, you can just go watch porn. If you want food, you can just order it and sit on your couch like a fat fuck. You can watch TV, you can get all sorts of stimulation, everything comes easy. And this is straying more and more from the primal ancestral times where guys and young men had to actually go out and hunt. They had to have some sense of urgency and competition to actually survive and thrive in general. But now, like I said, everything is far, far too easy. And it leads into an exact quote that is true in the modern day and age. And it's that hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. And right now, we're in that period where good times are creating weak men. Chances are, you, and myself included, we are the weak men. So that's why I took an interest in boosting my testosterone and fixing my health and reverting myself back to that primal desire. And I'm going to show you how to do it as well. But first we need to understand if you actually are suffering from low testosterone in the first place. And the brutal truth, the brutal reality is you probably are. 99% of guys probably are. In fact, 100% of guys are, because compared to what our ancestors, our grandparents had, we are all sitting far below. There's studies that show that testosterone is reducing by, a percent or two each year from like 1960s or something. So our fertility rates, our confidence, everything is just dropping significantly. And it's not even our fault. It's literally the motherfuckers on the other end that are trying to fucking poison us. The modern day diet full of fucking bullshit. The modern day technology keeping us addicted and hooked and demotivated and inconsistent. The news that's giving us all these bullshit stories to keep us distracted and not working on our true desires and goals. The programming and even the messaging that we hear every single day telling men not to be fucking aggressive and not to go and fucking achieve their goals, right? Think of like castrated versus non-castrated bulls. We are living like castrated bulls. The bull with the big nuts that aren't fucking cut off, he goes around, he fucks everything, he kills something, he's aggressive, right? He's ready to fucking conquer the world, right? But when you're castrated, when you're that bull that has his nuts fucking cut off, the prime source of energy, of power as a man, then you become weak and you become timid and you become soft and then you just fucking die. So we need to make sure we're not the castrated bull. We're not fucked, but it's hard because looking around in the modern day, every guy is all basically the same. When we're all operating at a standardized potential, it's like we're running in a race. Imagine you're running in a long distance marathon race, which is life, and you look around and everybody is running at basically the same speed, right? But what we're not realizing is that everybody has concrete boots on. Imagine you're trying to run and you have concrete boots. You know how much harder it is going to be to run? Well, the interesting thing is that is exactly what having low testosterone is like. And when you look around at everybody else, everybody has these concrete boots on, everybody has this low testosterone, this low desire, this low discipline, this no drive at all, no fucking fire in our blood, right? So all we have to do is take the concrete boots off and then suddenly we'll be able to run much faster without even putting in extra effort. But the problem is most people are unaware that they have the concrete boots on in the first place. But you and I, you now know that you have these concrete boots on and I have got them on too, but I'm fucking taking them off so I can actually do shit in life. And now the way you know if you have these fucking metaphorically concrete boots on, low testosterone, that you're fucking castrated, you're a castrated bull, no nuts, is firstly, the few obvious ways. You have no fucking drive, right? It's hard to do things that feel meaningful and it's hard to get out of bed and go crush the day. You have poor sleep, like you can't fall asleep properly and you wake up during the night and everything, you feel tired when you wake up. And another one is basically poor morning erections. If you don't wake up with morning wood, I like to think of morning wood as a way to symbolize that you're waking up and that you're ready to fuck the day. If you don't wake up with this, then chances are your testosterone is low, because realistically, we're meant to have levels of testosterone that keep us getting fucking rock hard morning woods. You know, when you were like 12 and you woke up before school and you had a fucking tent in your bed, we're meant to still be like that. People just assume that it's meant to just go away when you're like 18 after puberty. Bullshit. That's not how it works. So they are some obvious signs that you have low testosterone, but there is a specific sign that I found that really helped identify and was the exact wake-up call for me. And it's about your location. Change your location and you might see that you feel completely different. See, when I was in university, I felt like shit. I never really got these like suicidal, depressive thoughts, but I was getting them. I was crying in the shower. I was sleeping on the couch at like 12 lunchtime, midday, waking up at like 8 p.m. that same day and then falling back asleep until 5 in the morning the next day, and then waking up, everything was all fucked and I had no motivation. I remember specifically I was lonely. I just fucking hated life. But now I've been able to boost my testosterone and get it back to a normal, above normal level from what is the standard. And having high testosterone is like having one of those motivational dopamine Instagram reels in your head constantly. You're always getting new desire to achieve, new motivation to conquer. You will be better than 90% of guys. You will be able to take action more than 90% of guys if you just boost your testosterone and take the concrete boots off. So you're not getting fucking castrated and cucked by the modern day system. So you can actually access your true biology, your true desire to go out and achieve stuff. So how do we actually fix it? How do we actually get our testosterone levels higher? Well, you now know how to screen for it, how to know the easiest way is to see if you're not getting morning wood, and if you feel like shit, and just change your location and see if things change, see if your motivation changes. Because when I moved back home, my motivation skyrocketed again because I felt like I was in a better place. And I think that the reason why I felt so down and so low testosterone was because an interesting reason, which is kind of fucking wishy-washy, kind of weird, but it's purpose. I think that if you don't have purpose as a young guy, then your testosterone is completely throttled. And that's why you see the fat office guy, right? Think about the fat office guy. He has to sit in front of a screen all day and do work that he does not give a fuck about, and that's why he decides to eat shit. He's fat, he dies early, he's got depression, all these problems, right? Now he's doing, let's say, 8 hours of computer work in something he's not passionate about. Well, how come you can put someone in front of a computer screen about something that they're passionate about, and even though it's fucking hard work, even though they have to grind all day and night, they can do it for 15 hours with no signs of fatigue, no problems at all? Well, it's simply because of purpose. And when you have purpose, you want to achieve something, you're actually interested in something, and that's when your testosterone shoots up as a result, because you're trying to achieve a goal. So now that we know why our testosterone is probably fucked, why our testosterone is fucking cooked, we're castrated, how do we actually fix it? Well, there are 2 actionable steps that are easy as fuck, and you can do them basically right now, and it would change your life. The first one is by fixing your diet. Now, firstly, I want to give a visualization to you. I want you to picture 2 people. I want you to picture a skinny, scrawny vegan with fucking skinny arms and a skinny neck. And then I want you to picture a warrior who's got fucking scars all over him, and he's fucking got vascular, muscles, and he's fucking jacked, and he's got this primal look of anger and like he wants to conquer on his face. Now I want you to picture they both sit in front of a table. They're both sat in front of a table. What food do you imagine each of them eating? Well, it's probably an exact correlation between what you should be eating if you want to be like each of these characters. See, when I think of a warrior, I think of them eating fucking blood and meat and organs and fucking animal products and fat and really high calorie, serious foods. But the skinny, scrawny neck guy I imagine him to be eating some broccoli and some fucking vegan patties, vegan food, and very light, like a fucking salad. Well, if you had this exact same visualization, then that's an exact sign of what you should be eating like, depending on what you want to be. If you want to be a warrior, you need to start eating like a warrior. So start eating more animal products, start eating more fats, everything like this. But the specific tip I can give you, so you can feel the overnight, I'm telling you, this will happen overnight if you do it. Overnight increase in testosterone in surge, and the revival, the waking up of your inner masculinity and your inner desire to conquer. The step is to have 6 eggs before you go to bed. About half an hour to an hour before you go to bed, and I guarantee you will wake up the next day with a fucking hard on. I tried this the first time, and the next morning I woke up fucking bricked. I was hard as fuck, and that means that your testosterone has been able to be produced overnight, and now you're ready to fuck the day, right? We have that high energy. We want that high energy. And once you can incorporate other aspects of a warrior type diet, eating more meat and more shit that you would visualize somebody who is strong eating, because there's no power in fucking celery, there's no power in lettuce, but there is power in fucking meat, right? So once you do that, once you fix your diet and specifically have 6 eggs before bed tonight, and keep doing this every single day, your testosterone will skyrocket. Then we need to also look into our environment. Because like I said, our environment is largely linked due to our testosterone because of the purpose we have in that environment. See, like I said, when I was at uni, I didn't feel purposeful. I hated it. So in turn, I developed symptoms of low testosterone and I felt like shit about my life. But now, when I'm here recording this video, when I'm doing stuff that I actually enjoy, I feel purposeful and I feel like I really want to keep working on it and keep achieving shit and setting goals. And achieving things and wanting to achieve, having a desire to conquer and win is a symptom of higher testosterone. So if we can rewire our positioning in life, our environment, our purpose, then chances are we can fix our testosterone. And that is the reason why most guys have low testosterone, because they have no purpose. And if there was one purpose that truly helped me define my life and fix a lot of things, it would have to be fitness and actually striving to be masculine in the first place. Because when you want to be masculine, well, your testosterone increases because you're achieving a goal, trying to go for something purposeful, but you will notice that it feels entirely natural. It feels entirely normal, purposeful, and natural to focus on your fitness and focus on becoming a better man. And if you want to know how to do this, go from a position that I was in of being a complete loser and being lost and fucking depressed in life and getting bullied and having a shit fucking existence, to somebody who now feels purposeful and who is now on the right track, has built muscle, has built a physique, has confidence, then check the link in the description, because I truly think it will give you some sense of purpose. The sense of purpose that you need is to chase fitness. If you have no other identity, if you have no other idea, chase fitness and chase being more masculine. And if you do that, as well as fixing your diet, then you will be able to significantly undo the modern man's curse. And when you undo the modern man's curse of low testosterone, of being castrated, being fucking cucked by everything around us, then you will be able to be better than 90% of guys, and you will look at them and think, well, what the fuck? Like, they're moving slow and I'm moving so fast, and I'm actually feeling like I'm getting shit done in life. Now, that's all from me. Remember that progress is purpose.